Here's the truth behind the rules everyone always follows. Let's begin. The breath rule. Don't stand close enough for someone to feel your breath. Everyone follows this rule instinctively, but almost no one explains it. Step too close and people won't say a word. They step back, shift their feet, angle their body away. And suddenly the conversation feels off, even though nothing happened. Here's why. Personal space has invisible zones. Under 1.5 feet is intimate. That space is for partners, close family, not strangers. Casual conversation lives around 2 to 4 feet. Cross that line and the brain reacts before manners do. The amygdala fires a quiet alert. Why are they this close? Is this intentional? Do I need to move? The body answers instantly. That's why elevators feel tense. That's why crowded lines feel stressful. And in cities where personal buffers are larger, this rule is even stricter. This isn't about politeness. It's about control. The moment you invade that space, even accidentally, the other person stops listening and starts protecting themselves. And if you've ever made someone instinctively take half a step back, don't worry, hit subscribe to keep watching the rules everyone accidentally breaks. But no one ever says out loud. The Medusa Gaze. Don't stare. Not too long. Not too directly. Everyone pretends eye contact is about confidence. It's not. It's about timing. Hold it too briefly and you seem disinterested. Hold it too long and something flips. The conversation tightens. Here's what's happening. Eye contact is read as intent. Short glances signal attention. Sustained staring signals challenge or intrusion. Your brain can't tell the difference fast enough, so it fills the gap with threat. Why are they still looking? Am I being evaluated? Is this confrontational? The amygdala checks in again. That's why people naturally look away every few seconds. That's why staring feels aggressive even when no words are spoken. In American culture especially, eye contact works in pulses. Look, break, return. Miss that rhythm and the interaction goes cold. No one explains this rule either, but the moment you break it, everyone feels it. The fake inquiry. How are you? Not a question. It's a signal. Everyone says it constantly. In hallways, at coffee counters, on Zoom, and almost no one is waiting for an answer. When someone says, "How are you?" that they're not asking how you are. They're checking that you're socially okay, stable, safe to interact with. That's why the correct response isn't honesty, it's speed. Good, doing well. All good you? Short, light, keep it moving. The moment you answer literally, honestly, not great, the rhythm breaks. The other person freezes, not because they don't care, because you skipped a step they didn't consent to. Here's the rule. How are you is a greeting disguised as concern. It opens the door, but it doesn't invite you inside. Emotional depth comes later, after permission, after context, after time. No one explains this either, but the second you overshare, you can feel it. The smile tightens, the conversation stalls, and you realize too late, you answered the wrong question. The ambush visit. Don't show up unannounced, not even if you're close, especially if you're close. In fact, surprise visits aren't sweet, they're stressful. When you show up without warning, everyone don't feel spontaneous. They feel intrusive. Because homes aren't neutral space, they're controlled space-y. A visit isn't just time, it's energy, attention, mental preparation. When you arrive unannounced, you force someone to switch modes instantly. From private to social. From unfiltered to presentable. From rest to hosting. The brain doesn't like that kind of sudden transition. That's why people hesitate at the door. Apologize for the mess. Act polite but distracted. They're not upset at you. They're reacting to lost control. You took their ability to choose when to engage, so a text matters, even a short one. Hey, are you free? It gives permission back. It turns an intrusion into an invitation. The traffic stop freeze. Don't step out of the car when the police pull you over. In the US, staying inside the vehicle isn't about submission. It's about structure. Traffic stops are designed to remove negotiation entirely. No side conversations, no, let's talk outside. Everything happens through the window, on camera, on record. Getting out of the car breaks that system. It introduces unpredictability. It raises questions the officer doesn't want to answer in the moment. Are you approaching? Are you escalating? Are you trying to control the interaction? So even if your intention is harmless, the signal isn't. In some countries, stepping out means discussion. In the US, it means uncertainty. And uncertainty is treated as risk. That's why the safest move is also the quietest one. Stay seated, hands visible. Let the system do what it was designed to do. The animal call? Don't whistle or snap fingers. Not at servers, not at staff. Ever. Everyone knows this rule. Almost no one says it out loud. Do it anyway and watch the room shift. Heads turn, the server freezes for half a second, the tone drops. You didn't get attention, you sent a signal, and it wasn't good. Here's why. Snapping and whistling are commands, not requests. Your brain reads them the same way it reads someone calling a dog. That's why it lands as disrespect, even if you didn't mean it that way. In American culture, service doesn't mean submission. Staff aren't background characters. They're people choosing to help you. So instead, people wait. They make brief eye contact, a small nod, a raised hand, polite words. Those signals say, I see you as a person. Snapping says the opposite. The mandatory gift. Tipping culture, don't skip it. Don't argue it. In the US, tipping isn't a bonus. It's part of the transaction. The price on the menu is incomplete by design. Everyone knows it. Everyone plans for it. Servers are paid assuming you'll tip. So when you don't, it doesn't feel cheap. It feels like you broke an agreement. You weren't making a statement. You were shifting the cost onto the person serving you. That's why people tip even when service is average. Tipping isn't about reward, it's about respect. You're acknowledging time, effort, and labor, not voting on performance. In conclusion, everyone follows these rules. Almost no one knows why. If one of them made you think, drop a comment with the rule you've always wondered about. Please like the video, subscribe, and we'll break down the next one.